Okay, so first off in this video we want to do the Taylor polynomial of degree 8. Actually Maclaurin polynomial again of degree 8 for e to the x. So remember Maclaurin is centered at 0. So you say, oh my gosh, are you going to do 8 terms? Are you going to do 8 derivatives? Well, we're dealing with e to the x. So the good news is here e to the x is its own derivative. And so therefore I can just evaluate f at 0, e to the 0 is 1, and realize that's going to be the value for every one of those derivatives. And so now I'm going to have the sum as we go from 0 to 8 of basically 1 divided by k factorial x to the k. So it's actually, even though it seems, oh my gosh, really, that's just awful, it's actually not too bad. So we would go in here, P8 would be f of 0, should be 1, plus f prime of 0, which is 1, times x to the first, because remember Maclaurin, a is 0, and then plus f double prime of 0, which again is just going to be 1, divided by 2 factorial, just 2, so we'd have x squared over 2. And then the next one's going to be divided by 3 factorial, so plus x cubed divided by 6. And then x to the 4th divided by 4 factorial, which will be 24. X to the 5th divided by 5 factorial, 120. X to the 6th divided by 6 factorial, 720, plus x to the 7th divided by 7 factorial, and then x to the 8th divided by 8 factorial. So we'll have x to the 7th over 5040 plus x to the 8th over 40,320. One of the things I want to point out here that's going to be something of a little interest later on is if we go back to the sine function, the sine function only has odd powers. Odd powers here. So if we go back to our sine function here and just take a look at it again, right? It has just those same coefficients, same powers, but it only has the odd ones, and they're alternating, which is kind of something a little different there. They're alternating around. Some are positive, and some are negative. It turns out if you look at the cosine function, is going to have only the even powers. And of course, it'll also be doing some are positive, some are negative. And then there's actually a connection to the e to the x function and the polynomials for sine and cosine that we're going to see a little bit later on.